What's up, YouTube? Big Lou, No Flies on Ricans, tapping in. Today is West Side Wednesday, so I'm gonna go ahead and run down what the day's like in a county jail setting. Uh, okay, in a cell setting, if you're living in the cell. So in the county jail, you go to intake. Okay, intake. You're in there pretty much all day. You only gonna come out if you're going to court, if you're going to AM court or PM court. So if you're going to AM court, everybody eats breakfast about 4:30 in the morning. Okay, and it's always um, oatmeal or cream of wheat or grits every morning, and then you'll have a little round sausage patty or these things that we call eraser heads. So they look like on the number two pencil, the eraser. It look like a bunch of those chopped up, and then you'll have about 4 or 5 potatoes. They're like little potatoes. A lot of times they burn them. It's kind of nasty. But then they'll give you a packet of peanut butter and some jelly, and you usually put that in your oatmeal or your cream of wheat. Okay, so you eat depending who's running the jail there, that intake. Excuse me, with correctional officers. Uh, they'll run top tier or bottom tier. Now I know with the COVID, everybody's been eating in their cell. They've been getting cell fed. So they'll usually set the tables out and like they'll run the top tier first to eat or the bottom tier. Some cops will run both tiers and they'll have tables on both sides so you can sit wherever you want. So you come down, like I said, 4:30 in the morning, eat breakfast. By 5, quarter after 5, it's done. All the trays are put up, all the tables are put up, everything's put up because 6 o'clock is shift change. So all that stuff's got to be done before the next shift comes in. So the shifts are from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. or 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. It's 12-hour shifts, so it's 2 shifts, 4 cops per building, or actually per intake. Because once you get to the pods, it's just one cop, one CO. Okay, so you do all that. The breakfast is over, and then when they change shifts at 6 o'clock, the new correctional officers will come in and they'll do count like within the first 10, 15 minutes of them coming in. And some of them will just count you. Some of them will be ass wipes and they want you to stand at the door and give them your name. And they don't want stuff on the lights so you can cover your lights because the lights are on all day in your cell. It's just dim. You know what I mean? And they'll yell at you about that and they'll threaten to give you a write-up. And then they'll take commissary for like 2 weeks. 14 days commissary for petty stuff. Petty stuff. And then they're the type of place too. If you get mouthy with them, they want to go manhandle you and stuff. They're hella petty there. That jail. Uh, these are with correctional officers. These ain't with deputies because usually deputies don't really treat you like that. Deputies usually got a little more respect for you. You know what I mean? Usually, not all the time. Some counties that the deputy sheriffs run, they're a-holes too. You know what I mean? So you get all that done. You get counted about six, like I said, about 6:10, 6:15. Then if you're going to court, they'll pop you out for court about 8 o'clock in the morning, between 7 and 8 o'clock in the morning. Because if you got a 9 o'clock court, they usually get you down there, but like you got about an hour and a half before court actually runs. So if you got court, AM court, like I said, you'll be there. They'll start taking you and loading you guys up about 7 o'clock. You'll meet in this room with a bunch of chairs, and then they'll put everybody. If you're going to, let me see, hold on. They had 3 different courthouses, but now I believe they got the new courthouse downtown Stockton where everybody goes there. And then you got so you go to court, then you can be you'll be there. If you go AM court, you'll be there till around noonish. And then usually you come back, and then as soon as you get back, when you get back in the building, um, they'll uncuff you, you know what I mean, let you in, and they'll give you a lunch. If you got PM court, you get your lunch there. So they usually pass the lunches around 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. And if you're going to PM court, you'll get your lunch before you go to court. And then PM courts are 1 o'clock, so they usually leave as soon as they come back from dropping people off, usually from AM court, PM court's going. Okay, same setup. They get you about an hour and a half, 2 hours early, and you go sit in the room, and then you get shackled up to the person next to you when they load you on the bus. And then between all that, they might run, depending on who it is and how crowded it is, I don't know. And then especially with this COVID, I'm not sure how they're running all that. But they would give you about an hour of rec time. They call it rec time. They'll pop your doors. They might do it top and bottom tier together. They might go one tier bottom, let them out first, then top tier first, or vice versa. It just depends what the program is like. Because the facility's not that big, a lot of times they're trying to put different classifications in different buildings. Therefore, they have to let some people out and then lock other people down and let them out because their classifications are not the same, so they can't put them out together. Okay, and then you come out and intake. That's the only time you can get hot water because the sinks ain't hot. So you come out for an hour, you get your phone call on, you get your shower on, you get your little yard time exercise, you play handball. That's it. And then you come back in your cell after they say that's it. You go back in your cell, and then you're in there till dinner time again, about 4:30, and then you eat dinner, and the same thing. Cop will let top tier out, bottom tier, or top first, then bottom, or bottom first, then top, or let them both out together at the same time. And then the only time you got more action and being out longer is on Sundays, because Sundays it's Monday. It's Monday. It's usually Monday, Wednesday, Friday for people that are on the lockdown cells, and then Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and then Sunday. Sometimes I'll just run showers for them only, and then they lock down. So Sundays we might get a little bit more time, and depending on what COs there. Certain COs were a lot cooler and would let us out longer. It just depends. And then sometimes people would take advantage of that and they would screw it all up for everybody else. And then eat dinner, and then again shift change at 6. Same thing again. This time it's PM though. 6:15, 6:10, 6:15. Count time again. Do the same thing again, and then usually we come out. Just depends. Whatever time that night. Sometimes if they're so backed up with lockdown classifications like a 6D or not, what were they? 6Fs or 6Fs. Which they only come out by themselves. So if you have a lot of them in that building, they have to come out alone, 1 hour each. It takes a long time. And if they have a lot of them, then we won't come out twice a day. And that's how it is in intake. And then once you get out of intake, and then the same thing, if they do let you out, you're out for about an hour. Same deal again. Take your shower. If you had to shower in the morning, get your phone call on, get your handball, kick back outside for a little bit, watch TV for a little bit. And you got about an hour again to do that. And then once you lock that down, that's it. You know what I mean? Commissaries, the last time I was there was on I believe it was Tuesday night and Friday night. You can order commissary twice a week there, and you can spend $75 a week. So that was pretty good. You know what I mean? Twice a week. Now with the COVID, I don't think it's twice a week no more. And then usually intake, you stay in intake for about anywhere. Back in the day, it used to be like 2 weeks, and then you go to a pod 1 through 6. And then one pod's for ladies, so you got 5 pods to go through. And when you're so back in the day it was like 2 weeks. Now it's longer because they're more packed and there's less room. And then you got AdSeg, which is the whole 7 building, 8 building. And then once you get to the intake, once you leave intake, get to the pods, you're out of your room all day. The only time you lock it down is you come out at 8 o'clock in the morning. And you're out all day until dinner. After dinner, you lock it down, and then they shift change. And then you once count clears and all that, and then they usually let you out. Usually it's like 6:30 or 7, and you stay out till 11 o'clock at night. And you got, like I said, you got access. Your room stays open. It's only one guy in there. You can lock it from the inside. You come out when you have to use the bathroom, and the showers. All that's out. The only thing in your room is a bed, and you have a chair and a desktop and a chair. That's it. And that's the South. They call that the South jail. And then if you get sentenced, usually those are for people that are fighting a case, or if they have an escape or something like that. They stay in that custody level in the South jail because they have an honor farm in there too. And that's most of those guys go out the gates to work. So they work on the county freeways, the county streets. They do. If you have a domestic case, or you have escapes before where you have to stay on the compound, then they let you work in the kitchen. And then they have they got different jobs. Most of all the jobs are all clean. They're like picking up trash in parks, county roads, freeways, stuff like that. And you got to go out and work. And then they have some auto body shop, and they have a couple jobs there on site. And then you got your porter jobs in the buildings. if you're in certain bunks, if you're in bunk 1, 2, 3, and 4, you clean up the buildings, and that's a day in the county jail. And the honor farm, you're out all day. I think you go inside at 10 or 11 p.m. and you come out in the morning for cleaning. I only had been there once, and it's been like 20 years ago. And you come out for cleaning in the morning, and then once they clear the barracks that it's clean, then you can go inside. And so all day. But now I heard it's ran like the pin, the joint right there at the honor farm. But that's the day in the life of the county jail, the San Joaquin County Jail. I've been to 3 other county jails. I've been to Stanislaus County, Alameda County, and Sacramento County. So the one I just told you about, San Joaquin County. So I'll enlighten you guys on the other counties. It's pretty much the same. It's all the same. The feed time, you eat early because their excuses. Got to get it done for court. But most of these jails, the jail is in the same building as the courthouse. So it's all a crock of crap. But anyways, Big Lou tapping out. We're about to go live in about 35 minutes on the No Fly Zone Ricans with my brothers Carlos and Nelson. So with that being said, it's West Side Wednesday, Hump Day, aka Hump Day. Big Lou tapping out. No Fly Zone Ricans. Howdy.